Hi folks, my name is RJ Eskow. I am not a professional broadcaster, so forgive me if I'm not very professional about this. I guess you have to be a professional broadcaster to be a politician nowadays, but I'm not a politician. I'm just the administrator of this zone here in Mississippi, Zone M17, and I've been asked to give you weekly or semi-weekly State of the Zone reports so that we can all know what's going on with our health and security here in each of our medical and safety zones. So bear with me. The first of my reports here, I have a few notes I want to go over with you. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that I had no idea when I took this job that it was going to be, in many ways, more of a law enforcement position than a health administration position, but that's the way it's turning out. So one of the things I need to tell you is that some of the apocalyptic groups that have been working to accelerate the end of humanity appear to be active here in our zone in Mississippi. They've been recruiting people to infect themselves with reds and then go out into areas that have less than the tragic infection rates we have here and get people sick there and accelerate mass death that way. And it's a terrible thing to have to confront, but it's happening apparently here in our district. So we know of several groups, and I need to tell you about them. One of them is faith-based, and it's called Rapture Ready, and has some other names, but apparently they've been trying to recruit in and around some of our local churches, so we've been working with the pastors and ministers to try to identify suspicious behavior there. Another group is anarchistic. We don't know its name yet, but it's been trying to recruit people at the university, and we've been working with the university administrators on that as well. So if you hear anything about these groups, please let me know. You can also contact Apocalyptic Cult Watch, which is a group. It's one of those new Superstructs they've been talking about. It's a group of faith people, administrators, law enforcement, private investigators, technology people, and physicians. It's trying to stop some of these apocalyptic groups before they go too far. So areas to look out for, again, are churches, church activities, university gatherings, and people who gather around the push carts where people sell books. And I'm an old-fashioned guy. I miss bookstores, but since we don't have any anymore, apparently booksellers' wagons are a place to look out for, too. So also want to let you know that the Department of Health Services and Homeland Security, HS2, is warning us that there could be more terror attacks against medical facilities where large numbers of Reds patients are concentrated, and of course we have a number of those here because of our high rate of Reds infections in our zone. So you know about the attack in Birmingham where 75 people died at a Reds hospice. But what you don't know, perhaps, is that there have been a number of other attacks, and we're doing our best to prevent those. So look out. We're asking all health personnel and people who visit hospitals to look for strange packages and suspicious behavior. You know the anti-terror drill, so please help us out there. And as you all know, there's another new superstructure out there called the New Modesty, and they've have been very successful in getting people to wear gloves, masks, and so on when going outdoors or in crowds in order to reduce the spread of AIDS. We admire their work, we appreciate their work, but it's been getting out of hand. We've had several reports of violence against people who aren't wearing masks, for example, beatings and so on, and that's really not the way to address this problem. So we really ask you on behalf of all authorities not to take the law into your own hands. That's too reminiscent of the Taliban and some of the other violent religious groups of the last decade. No beatings, no violence, just a gentle persuasion to let people know that they're protecting their own health and possibly the health of others if they're infected and they don't know it. I also want to warn you against any attempt to conduct home medical procedures. I know there's a terrible shortage of doctors and medical equipment in our zone, and we're doing our best to get not just Reds patients and their necessary treatment, but also all of you the treatment that it's so difficult for you to come by because we are a restricted zone. But please don't take medicine into your own hands either. We're really asking you not to attempt any home surgeries. I know new technology has made that more possible, but there have been a number of infections and deaths and terrible complications as a result. And the people who have been hacking home electronic equipment and home appliances in order to create pacemakers and other devices have caused a number of deaths. In fact, one juicer was used as a pacemaker in our district, and I'm told by the authorities that they've used the ID tags within the electrical equipment in the juicer to track the purchaser, and that a murder indictment is pending. So please, no more taking these medical steps on your own. Please let us know if you feel you have a crisis, and we'll do our very best to get treatment to you. That is my report for this week. I wish it were better. Please try to enjoy what you can of life in our zone, whether it's flowers and gardens and growing things, or music and culture, or reading, just no suspicious activity while you're buying that book, or looking for more information online, but be aware of the hacking and griefing and the potential for misinformation out there too. And that's my report for this week. Thank you for watching.